About 3 weeks before the election, the chief judges will get a packet, including maps and diagrams showing which entrance to use, where the different stations should be set up inside the room, and where the parking signs and no electioneering zone need to be set up outside. It is very important for chief judges to visit their polling places before Election Day and familiarize themselves with what needs to go where. Do not make any changes without talking to the Board of Elections. The layout was designed to meet specific legal requirements.
The weekend before the election, one of the chief judges will pick up bags containing critical supplies that need to be inventoried before the Monday night meeting. If anything is missing, we need to know right away.
On Monday night, when you get to your polling place, you will find the ballots and voting equipment in a large black cart. You will also find the electronic poll books in their sealed cases, voting booths in their boxes ready to be set up, and any extra ballot bins that may have been delivered to your polling place.
The chief judges have used their quick start guide beforehand to plan a team meeting and make sure everyone knows their assignments for Election Day. Keep it brief, under a half hour. Plan to spend no more than 2 hours total at the Monday night meeting. You have a lot of work to do to set up the polling place and need to get there early the next morning.
Inventory your supplies. Divide up in teams for each station. Chief Judges, there's a precinct management plan in your binder that you may find helpful to keep track of who's doing what.
The next thing you need to do is plug in your phone. Some polling places are issued landline phones and others are given cell phones. Either way, you will need to plug it in and call to check with the Board of Elections help desk. If you have a landline phone, find the precinct layout diagram in your chief judge binder. There may be more than one phone jack in the room. You need to make sure that you use the one marked with a green dot on the diagram and on the wall jack. Call the Board of Elections help desk at 240-777-8543 to confirm that your team is in the building and is setting up.
At the check-in table, open the printer case. That's the one with no red seal on it. Inside, you'll find a document called the Electronic Poll Book Integrity Report. The first step is to complete this report and verify the numbers, starting with the outside of your poll book cases. Once you have verified all of the numbers, break only the seal on the outside of each case. Make sure you don't remove the red seal on the poll book itself, just the one on the outside of the case.
Then use the step-by-step guide to set up the poll books, printers, and network hub or crossover cable. Don't connect the poll books to each other yet, though. Use a power strip and blue painter's tape to tape down cords to the table and the floor. Please don't use the duct tape. It's difficult to get the glue off later. Once you have all the equipment set up, follow the instructions in the step-by-step guide to turn on and launch the software on the poll books. Double check to make sure there are no voters checked in on any of the poll books. Then connect them and make sure they are synchronizing properly. Don't open the poll books yet. The polls won't open until Tuesday morning.
You'll also want your job guides, voter assistance forms, voter update forms, pens, pencils, scratch paper pads, and extra rolls of printer paper from the supply bag.
We'll talk more about provisional voting later in your training class, but this area is where you will direct voters who for some reason can't cast a standard ballot at your polling place. Their ballot goes into a special locked orange provisional ballot bag. You are responsible for making sure a provisional ballot goes into the bag and not the scanner, so set up provisional voting in its own area away from other voters, as shown in the Chief Judge's polling place diagram.
You'll need the orange supply bag, including the provisional ballots, the locked provisional ballot transfer bag, where voters will cast their ballots, the provisional ballot applications, the provisional voting job guide, the envelope and log for spoiled or void provisional ballots, and the envelope for the Provisional Voter Authority cards. There's also a table sign and orange table coverings for the provisional voting tables. Place the orange coverings on all of the tables used for provisional voting. You'll get the privacy screens for provisional voting from the blue sign bag.
Get the provisional ballot certificate from the chief. Count the packs of provisional ballots and verify that the count matches what is pre-printed on the provisional ballot certificate. If it doesn't, notify the chief.
Make sure the chief judges sign the provisional ballot certificate. After you've inventoried everything, you'll pack most of it back up again in the orange supply bag. You'll want to keep the provisional voting materials safe and sealed overnight.
The ballot table is where you make sure that every regular voter gets one ballot, you answer any questions they have, and you also log any spoiled or unused ballots.
Open the black cart and remove the regular ballots and the long, thin ballots you'll use with the ballot marking device. These are called ballot activation cards, or BACs. You'll also need the ballot certificate from the chief judge. Also, make sure that you have the spoiled ballot log and the spoiled ballot envelope. You'll need those when a voter makes a mistake on their ballot or a ballot becomes damaged.
Count the number of ballot packs and verify the numbers on the ballot certificate. Make sure to let the chief judges know if there is any discrepancy. Initial each step and then sign the certificate with your chief judges and repack the ballots in the black cart overnight.
Follow the step-by-step guide to set up the ballot marking device for voters with disabilities. The ballot marking device is in a black bag inside the black cart. Check to make sure its ID tag designates the right polling place. The keypad, headphones, and power cord may be in a side pocket.
On top of the cart, you'll find a black box containing the table and privacy screen for the ballot marking device. Set it up in the area shown on the polling place diagram.
Don't plug in or turn on the ballot marking device on Monday night. Just make sure it's near an electrical outlet. Extend the kickstand on the back of the device to set it up. Verify the serial number on top and the tamper tape on the left side compartment against the ballot marking device integrity report. Don't remove the tamper tape until Tuesday morning.
To set up the voting booths, open each blue voting booth box. When you remove the parts of the table, set the foam to the side. You'll need it when you pack up.
Release the leg retention cord and assemble each leg securely into the right socket. Be sure to screw them in all the way until they are secure.
Use 2 people to place each voting booth on its legs and then put the privacy panels on top. Make sure to place these in the area designated on the chief judge's polling place diagram.
Expect at least 2 ballot scanners depending on the size of your polling place. Confirm how many you should have with the chief judge's facility report. Roll them out of the cart using the ramps. Be careful, they're top-heavy when the front wheels hit the floor.
Roll the scanners into the locations shown on your polling place diagram and lock the front wheels into place. Don't remove any of the seals. Verify the ID tag and the security seals on the outside of the scanner against the scanning unit integrity report. Plug the power cord into the surge protector and then directly into the wall outlet so it can charge overnight. Leave the power cord access door open for proper ventilation.
Last but not least, set up the information table where you'll keep the I voted stickers, comment cards, and election judge sign-up sheets, and put up all of the signs that belong inside the polling place. On Tuesday morning, you can put up the outside signage. You're all set. Now, go home and get a good night's rest.